Lewis, it's been a rough couple of races for you guys. How much are you looking forward to getting back on track here at a conventional racetrack?
It has been good for us in the past here, but I anticipate a tough weekend naturally. Obviously the Red Bulls have shown some serious pace over the previous races.
Verstappen off the road again at turn 2, it says, but we know he gets away with that.
And a middle sector of a 27.3 for Max Verstappen, the best middle sector we've had so far, in 2/10 up on his teammate Sergio Perez.
And Hamilton fastest of anybody through the first sector. So this is two amazing racing drivers head to head.
In 2 of the 3 sectors, Verstappen about a 10th up on Hamilton and provisionally on pole ahead of Lewis Hamilton on the front row. But it all comes down to the time when they cross the line. Verstappen on pole for the first race of the season in Bahrain. This is round 7. Verstappen crosses the line, goes into the 1:29s. That is a provisional pole time that could be very hard to beat. Hamilton then goes on to the front row. It is Verstappen, Hamilton, Bottas and Perez, the front 2 rows for the French Grand Prix, and for the second time this year, it's Verstappen at the head of the contenders.
Yes, nice job guys. That's an amazing weekend so far. Really proud of everyone. This was really enjoyable to drive. Let's finish it off tomorrow then.
It's lights out and away we go. Even start from the front 2. It's Verstappen leading them then down towards turn 1 from Hamilton, from Bottas, who just has to back up a bit. And Verstappen goes off the track, and that gives the lead to Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton stops, Verstappen making his way around turn 12. Very neat change there from the Mercedes crew. This is going to be a little tighter than Mercedes would really have liked. Hamilton comes out. Is he ahead of Max Verstappen? No, he is not. He sees his team.
Like, if it continues like this, I think it would be arguably one of the greatest Formula One seasons ever, because you've got prime Lewis Hamilton against Max Verstappen, who's in the form of his life, going wheel to wheel every race.
We came into Paul Ricard thinking that this is Mercedes' stomping ground. Obviously, they've had so much success here in the past, and it was theirs to lose.
But we come into this season, and they just seem to be making mistake after mistake, which is crazy. You know, you just don't expect that from
Mercedes. Don't seem to be with it at the moment. Even, like, I've noticed an attitude shift in Toto.
It's not a case of Mercedes being lost for pace or whatever. It's been quite consistent, and if anything, they've picked up the pace a little bit. I just feel like they're making mistakes, and it's almost like they're not ready for the pressure that's this season has brought.
If Red Bull can beat Mercedes at Paul Ricard, then they can beat them anywhere.
Hamilton, did he get too racy, Martin? Trying to get track position. He's lost a heap of time through the first sector.
Lewis certainly thinking this is all about the championship now.
It's so far not proving to be the best outcome for Lewis Hamilton.
Hamilton cannot be on pole. Can he stay on the front row?
Well, we'll see who can lay down the challenge. Hamilton will have to stay second fastest. Max Verstappen crosses the line one by one. They tried to challenge him here at the Red Bull Ring this afternoon, and one by one the challenge failed.
Ah, yes, nice job, nice job.
It's lights out and away we go. Verstappen gets the better start. Perez and Lando Norris jockeying for position. Verstappen leads them then into turn 1 from Hamilton on the inside.
The hard tyre is working nice. Oh, that so nearly went round, Lewis.
Yeah.
So a box, going fastest lap.
So this is just in case there's also safety car or rain or whatever, and try to nick the fastest lap point back for the team and the driver.
Max Verstappen slows down to take the checkered flag and absolutely crush the opposition here at the Red Bull Ring. He wins the Styrian Grand Prix. Hamilton takes second place and does get the fastest lap of the race.
Mark, you've had some very complicated races to explain recently. This one looked pretty straightforward in that Verstappen led from pole position, controlled the race superbly. Was there ever any doubt?
Not really.
Mercedes don't look as though they're focused on themselves and making themselves better. They look as though they're focused on trying to hurt somebody else. You have to first of all take it on the shoulders that you're the problem. You know, the others aren't just better.
It feels like a season-defining result in terms of triggering this sense of resignation from Hamilton and Mercedes, with them knowing there's not any further development to come.
Max isn't improving, Lando is improving behind him, both setting a 28.3 through the middle sector. Lando Norris, never been on pole in his career before, is after him. Can Lando Norris beat Max Verstappen? He misses out. Be right on board now with Lewis Hamilton. Can he get that Mercedes up any further? No, he can't. It's only fourth fastest for Lewis Hamilton. Verstappen on pole, Lando Norris on the front row. And it's lights out and away we go. It's Verstappen ahead of Norris, look up behind, but Max Verstappen's through safely, as is Norris, Perez, and then comes Bottas. That's where Hamilton might have got his damage. You don't want to go across those sausage curves too often. This is the battle for the final podium place. Here comes Norris again. This time it's the inside at turn 6. Lando Norris has got Lewis Hamilton and he moves back up into the podium places. Max Verstappen wins the Austrian Grand Prix, and once again he's crushed the opposition.
Wow, even better than last week.
Podium number 4 for Lando Norris. He comes home third ahead of Lewis Hamilton.
What a season you're having, Max. It must feel like a dream come true.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, we wanted this for a long time, and you know, to be able then to have a season like we're having for now, for the moment, yeah, it's what everyone wanted, you know, over here, and of course we're not even halfway, so there's still a long way to go, but yeah, so far I'm very happy.
Well, there's a lot of the season left yet, which is fair enough, of course there is. But you're leading the championship by 32 points. I don't know if you know, but that margin, anybody who's had that in the past has never lost the championship.
For the sprint, it's lights out and away we go, and I think Verstappen got a better start than Lewis Hamilton, and he's already ahead. Valtteri Bottas is trying to pressure his teammate as well, but Verstappen into turn 1 ahead of Lewis Hamilton.
For the third time this year, Max Verstappen has out-dragged Hamilton down to the first corner. Now he's trying to break the slipstream into Brooklands corner. Hamilton will not get around the outside there because it's too tight. The corner tightens on you.
Can Hamilton try and get back ahead of Max Verstappen, and he's trying to get a slipstream as well. Hamilton's going to try and dance around the outside. Verstappen stays ahead. British crowd roaring their approval. Verstappen's going to be on pole. He sprints home to take the sprint on this Saturday. Red Bull with the victory and 3 championship points for the championship leader. Hamilton second. Bottas comes home third.
I think what we learned today is it's very close again. It's a bit different. Like, it seems like we are quite quick through corners. They're quick on the straight this weekend. It's again going to be a good fight.
And it's lights out and away we go. Once again, Max Verstappen gets a decent start. Not as good as yesterday. Hamilton is right with him. Leclerc is already ahead of Bottas. Verstappen's ahead of Lewis Hamilton going through the second turn.
Verstappen's going to have to weave like crazy. Hamilton got a better drive off the loop. He will be faster down the Wellington straight into Brooklands.
Not going to get a chance to weave because already Hamilton is with him. They almost touch. They go into Brooklands. Verstappen stays ahead. The crowd roar their approval for this.
It's not over yet because Hamilton gets another slipstream all the way down the old pit straight into Copse Corner. These are critical corners for this Grand Prix.
Hamilton's going to try again, this time on the inside and comes to the touch.
Max, you okay? Is Max okay?
Fuck.
Straight on.
Michael, have you got a minute?
Hello.
You know, that's an enormous accident, and it was 100% Max's corner. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, full blame lays on Hamilton.
Lewis was significantly alongside on the inside of turn 9.
That corner there, Michael, that's not a place to stick a wheel on the inside of the car.
Michael, I just sent you an email with the diagrams where the car should be. Did you receive that?
I hope you're going to deal with it appropriately.
Understood, Christian. That's why it's just gone up now that things have calmed down for a second, as under investigation by the stewards.
Lewis Hamilton, meanwhile, has a 10-second time penalty for causing a collision. Lights out, and away we go. Already Lando Norris is closing down on Valtteri Bottas as Charles Leclerc leads them into Abbey from Hamilton.
Driver default, Alpha 5-6 on. Everything should be fine now.
Engine power unit problems for Charles Leclerc cutting out. Hamilton was 0.3 quicker through the middle sector on this lap. He was 0.3 quicker in the first sector on this lap. The gap is now less than 1.5 seconds. Here goes Hamilton on lap 50. Oh, and he tries to get past Leclerc and goes off the track. Has Hamilton gone through? Yes, he has. He's into the lead by the time they get into Maggots. Hamilton has picked up the reins since the restart. He's chased down the prancing horse. He chases the checkered flag. He wins the British Grand Prix for an 8th time here at Silverstone. And Hamilton is back in the championship hunt.
I know that Max felt that Lewis's celebrations were disrespectful.
That's not how you celebrate a win, especially a win how they got it. So yeah, that's what I found really disrespectful.
Do you guys believe it'll change the rules of engagement going forward? I'm not convinced it will. I think Max will be as uncompromising as he's been.
Those are critical points in a championship, and I think Silverstone was a critical point for Lewis and Mercedes. It was a statement of intent, wasn't it? It was Lewis saying, listen, I'm a street fighter, you know, and if you're going to get rough with me, I'm going to have to show you what I've got. And he's done that, and psychologically, you know, that's made a dent in Max.
Do we think this is going to go down as the key moment of the season, the turning point when they absolutely take the gloves off and are going at each other?
The track doesn't seem to be yielding faster times in this final part of qualifying. That's got to be good news for the man on provisional pole. Max Verstappen rounds the final corner. Lewis Hamilton takes the line. He is on pole for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Verstappen can do nothing to stop him on this Saturday afternoon. It's a Mercedes front row lockout. Hamilton and Bottas, it is Red Bull starting on the soft tyres in the race, 3rd and 4th. Lights out and away we go, and Hamilton does get away very well indeed. Bottas doesn't. Verstappen's already nearly alongside him, and there goes Lando Norris down the inside. It is Hamilton ahead of Verstappen. Bottas has dropped 3 or 4 places, and there's Lando Norris touched, and into each other goes Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez.
Take my car.
Seen it, we're looking.
Mate, what the f happened there?
It's a red flag. We are stopping this race while the marshals can clear the debris. The damage you can see on car number 33. And look how dry the track seems to be.
At this rate, everyone is going to box.
Hamilton's going to be the only one who's going to start this race. It's going to be lights out and away we go for Lewis Hamilton only.
Yeah, straight. Yeah, copy Lewis, so box.
Esteban Ocon takes the lead. Sebastian Vettel goes through. When Hamilton comes out into this race, he's now going to feel right at the back, because that's where he is. Alonso somehow is keeping Hamilton at bay. This is incredible.
Guys, you see, you just moved over on me, man. Come on.
Copy Lewis, we saw that.
Alonso is locked up. This is Hamilton's chance. It has been coming for a few laps now, and Hamilton is now released from behind the Alpine to chase after Carlos Sainz, and through goes Lewis Hamilton into the podium places here in Hungary.
It's Alonso who cost Lewis the win today, because he's just closing up now, but it's too late.
Ocon wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton from 14th comes back to finish on the podiums.
We had the conversation after the Austrian Grand Prix. The title's over, and then he's right back in. Hamilton's won the race in Silverstone, finished second, and Verstappen's essentially got 1 point in the last 2 races, and it's completely flipped on its head.